Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Dietitian Life, where we tell you about our weeks. And this week, as you can see, don't have Peter with me. Got Joe Leech, social media extraordinaire. I would have to say one of the first people, like I guess, in our profession, I believe, that started the whole video train before anyone else. So I've never actually met Joe before. So this is our first chat. So it'll be good to get a bit of an idea about him, what his life's like, and what his journey has been. So
yeah, look, I'll quickly clarify.
Yep.
I wouldn't call myself a social media extraordinaire. My social media following is pretty. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not so good, but SEO, like search engine optimization.
Yeah,
I would say extraordinaire. Yeah, we can go with extraordinaire.
SEO
Yeah, Facebook.
Website's part of social media, isn't it?
Well, in a very broad sense. But anyway, let's go.
Yeah. Anyway, you're good at all that. So how about you? Just maybe tell us a little bit about your journey from why you even began to become a dietitian, and then up to where you are now.
Yeah, look, so we got to go way back. I started studying 2006. Yeah. At uni, I was doing exercise science. I did that for a year. And then that's when I learned that I was interested in nutrition. So it's not something I knew before. I just knew that I'm pretty sure my marks from school weren't so good. And I was like, but my PE marks were good. And if you did PE or PDHPE, whatever they call it now, yep. You could get into exercise science. So I was like, well, I'll do that. It sounds good. Anyway, just, I think a lot of people find it this way. Like once you start studying, you realize what you like or what you don't like. Realized that I really was interested in nutrition. I mean, food, right? Like everyone eats. I really enjoy food and interested in how it affects me and other people. They studied nutrition. I did a master's at University of Wollongong. Yeah, that's kind of how it went. I studied overseas. I did my minor thesis in Finland. It was just like a study abroad thing. Yep. That was 2010, and I finished 2011.
Cool. Yeah. And then where do you?
Oh, true. And then I started working. Yeah, and then I got a job. I would say I was looking for a job for not very long. This is 2011. Mind you, there still wasn't a lot of jobs then, but I applied for one in Mildura. Yeah. What is Mildura? Some sort of country place in Victoria. No, it was I don't even know. It started with M, and then one in Darwin. And Darwin, actually, so I did interview for both. I actually got offered both those jobs. But the point is, I didn't even look local because it was so competitive, and I was willing to just move away because it's fun anyway to see a new town. And when you're young, typically you might have a family or you might be tied down to things. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go somewhere else. And you get a lot. I think you even get a lot more opportunities and experiences when you go to smaller towns. You get to learn more different aspects. This is clinical nutrition. I moved to Darwin in 2011, which I don't know. Have you been to Darwin before?
No, I have not been to Darwin.
See, most Australians have not been to Darwin or Northern Territory. Freaking awesome place. I love it. So the fun thing is when you get there, you realize that people, no one's from Darwin, basically. So everyone's like really starting their career, like all the other people in the hospital. So everyone's just young and they're just having a good time exploring on weekends. It was really fun. Anyway, I worked in Royal Darwin Hospital for 6 months, and then I moved to a private practice company there, and they had a federal government contract to do fly in, fly out clinical services to remote Aboriginal communities. Yep. And so that was really awesome. So I did that for a whole year. So I managed 13 communities. I was a dietitian there. So every week we flew in a small, tiny charter plane, and held clinic in communities with local Aboriginal people in those communities. And that was amazing. I mean, that opportunity would never have come up if I stayed in Sydney, for example.
I think I met like 3 people that have gone to Darwin and work for that company, that private practice company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's how small dietetics is. But like, yeah, I think one practitioner who I went to uni with, she went to Darwin as well and did that. And I think, yeah, another one has done similar things, the whole Darwin experience, and then left eventually, but after a year or 2 years or something like that.
Yeah, look, so I was happy. I would happily stayed. We were federal government funded, and we lost the funding, and things were changing, and I was going to get put into aged care, like a lot of aged care stuff, and not the fly in fly out stuff, and just doesn't interest me. And so I quit. This was 2013. I was in a position where I'd saved enough money. I didn't have any responsibilities really. And so I was like, you know what, I forgot an important part of the story. So I won a writing competition in 2012, which was run by Nuts for Life, or like Australian Nut Growers Association or something. The DAA had posted it, a writing competition. And I must have been really bored in Darwin. You know, humidity gets to you and you start doing weird things. And I was like, I'm going to write and enter and see if I win. Anyway, so I won, and I got flown to Australasian Medical Writers Association in Brisbane. And a free membership for a year and a mentor. And it was here that I learned, this is 2012, like we didn't have Dietitian Life. We didn't have Facebook groups. None of this existed. You didn't know anything or anything. There was no way to learn anything. And so I got flown here, and it was like this conference, all these people made money online as writers. I was like, what the hell? What do you mean you make money online? I thought I had to work in the hospital. And that was just like a revelation for me. And so that was like towards the end of 2012. And then we lost the funding and my job wasn't gonna be the same. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give this writing thing a go and quit my job. I don't recommend people do it like that. You know, I think the sensible way is like do a side hustle thing after work, make sure it's a viable option where you can actually make some money, and then you might consider going all in. And I was kind of just young and reckless, and I was like, I'm just going for this. Started writing like for Men's Health. And that's where I started learning about marketing stuff, because I had to get myself out there as a writer. And I was told to niche down, like instead of being a writer for anything, or being a writer even for health, it's too broad. But if you are a nutrition writer, then all of a sudden it gives me an advantage over other writers who might have more experience, but are not specifically nutrition writers. So I was like, I'm a nutrition writer, I'm a dietitian, like all I write about is nutrition, nothing else. And that gives you a high perceived expertise, I guess, in that area. And that's how now I'm an online dietitian. 5 years later, 6 years later.
I think the first I ever heard of you was through that Diet vs. Disease website. I remember early on, and that's when is that when you started doing the video-based stuff versus the writing stuff, or?
Yeah, so I started the website in 2015 after I'd done a lot of writing, and I learned a lot about SEO, search engine optimization, and how to rank in Google, basically. So how people can find my website and my articles. And then for some reason in that year as well, I started a YouTube channel, I think just to try to be everywhere and have different formats, because some people use YouTube as a search engine. I don't know why, but they do. It depends. If it's like a how-to, I get it. You know, like I might search how to do snowboard tricks or whatever. That's really good on YouTube, obviously. But some people are searching health things on, you know, how to do the low FODMAP diet. So I started making videos, and I use this webcam that I'm using right now, and my audio was awful. You can still see all my, like I never watch an old video myself because it's absolutely painful.
I don't even watch mine.
They're awful. No one should watch them. They're awful.
A week ago, I'm just like, no.
And it's the same for me. So I started recording these videos. They're awful. It sounds terrible. I'm like standing in front of the laptop. It's like, anyway, the background, but they did quite well because no one else was making videos. I mean, they were making videos, but not addressing specific questions like I was. And then I was writing for a site called Authority Nutrition at the time, which became the biggest nutrition website in the world. They got acquired by Healthline last year, which is the fastest growing health website in the world. They got heaps of venture capitalist funding, blah, blah, blah. But in 2015, I was making these awful videos, but I was still writing for Authority Nutrition. And then the guy who owns it, Chris, at the time was like, oh, he's like, I like your videos. I was like, really? Maybe it's awful. He was like, yeah, they're good. Can you make them for us? Yeah. Like similar things. I was like, sure. And then so we came up with an agreement, but I got paid to make these videos. Well, I made the videos, but I got paid to list their website.
Yeah.
So kind of like a branding collaboration. Like they didn't have anything to do with the content really.
Yeah.
And then, fast forward, I'm still making videos for Healthline. Now, mind you, if you've seen the videos, they're kind of a bit shitty. Oh, can I?
You can swear as much
anyway,
as
they're kind of, okay, I'm just going to get let loose.
Yeah.
They're like a bit, they're pretty shit for social media, like Instagram and stuff. But we make them for YouTube, which is a different kind of view. There's someone searching for something really specific. So we're going to give them like a detailed answer on how to safely get vitamin D. Now, that's just not going to go viral on Instagram.
No.
So there is a difference there that I'm learning. I've learned about, and I would like to do better videos for social, but all my video energy gets sucked out by making these YouTube ones. And I am considering cutting back on those and actually trying to make some more entertaining, still educational, but more, they need to be entertaining if you want to do well on social, I think.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And you obviously, since you're online, you can practice from anywhere. Do you ever see clients? Have you ever seen clients outside of since you left that private practice?
Mm-mm.
No, it's mostly
no.
Yeah, using all your knowledge to educate on a grander scale.
Yes, exactly. So I was doing one-on-one like Skype like this
for
a while, for 2 years. This is when I was still finding my feet, like 2013, 2014. I was doing the writing. I was just, I was like doing all sorts of things to see how I could make some money and how I could be still location independent.
Yeah.
And then now I have a website which makes money largely through advertising. So like a publisher, so like a newspaper website, you just sell the ad space. Yeah. If you went to Dietitian Life website and then you've got, the pixel and you get cookied and then their ad follows you around the internet.
Yeah.
We do that. But I have online programs now. I have started doing things like that. And the point being that, instead of seeing one person one-on-one and trading my time for money, I can now talk to 1,000 people, and I don't necessarily have to trade my time for money because it might be pre-recorded.
Yep.
And then because of that, I can see 1,000 people, I can charge them, a fraction of the cost it would be to actually see me one-on-one. So everyone wins, I think.
Yeah. And you think that you enjoy that more, like based on your previous experience? Do you enjoy the video stuff more, or do you just feel like you're just doing it?
I definitely enjoy it. Look, I enjoy it more because the lifestyle that I have. So we can talk about a day in the life, but so the lifestyle I have is basically I can be anywhere, and I can work as much as I want or as little as I want, I guess. So I live in Stockholm in Sweden, because my girlfriend is Swedish. Actually, she's studying nursing, so we've been here for 3 years almost. Will we stay here? Not sure, but that's the fun part. We can actually decide, we want to stay in Bali for the next 6 months. So let's go and do that.
Okay. Which is a cool, like you never feel trapped.
No, and it's not for everyone either. Like, it's not like I wouldn't want to settle down in one town eventually, but at the moment it suits us and what we want to do. It's been good. Can I add that? So I don't like being on video. I feel very uncomfortable still on video. I've been doing it for like more than 2 years. I don't like watching myself. Video's not natural to me. But I still do it anyway. So I think it's important. Take home message for people, by the way. Do it anyway. You'll get better.
Yeah. It's just like, like I said, I don't watch any of the videos back. I do not need, I'm like, I know what I said. I don't need to have a look at rehash that. I don't need to look at my face. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's not like doing videos because, vain or anything like that. And like you say, it's a means to an end, and we know we need to do it, and we know people it translates, so we do it.
Yeah, look, it helps. You have to be on video. It helps more people. That's how they want to consume content. That's how we both consume content on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. So you just have to swallow your pride and do it.
Yeah. What is your day in the life or week in the life for Joe Leech?
Yeah. Look, so yesterday I work at a co-work space 2 days a week. So yesterday I went to the gym in the morning, and then I was at the office by 10. I worked till 7, having, whatever, a normal work day. As you know, when you own your own business, you're going to end up working like 1,000 times more than you used to. And you enjoy the work. It's still work. Like, I also enjoy playing PlayStation. I probably prefer to be doing that, to be honest, but I can't. So I'll be doing that. Work till 7. Some days I'll work longer just because I'm already at the office. It takes me like an hour to get there. So I try to just like maximize my day, and the office environment's really good, because otherwise, if I'm not there, I'm working at home like I am now, often in my pajamas entire day. Is that healthy? Depends. I'm not sure. Depends who you ask. So on those days, I'm at home. So like with you, so it's my morning. So I woke up, had some coffee, and then we'll do this. We'll just work. Might go to the gym during the day because it's less busy. We go during the day, working until whatever, however I feel. But then, weekends, I'm also working and doing the same thing. And it depends, but I have the flexibility, but I will also work on weekends. I work a lot of hours. I produce 2 videos per week on YouTube for the past 2.5 years, and I haven't missed a video. Plus I publish 1 article per week on the website. This is not just me, but I now hire writers, but I used to write them all myself, plus doing all sorts of other things. So it is a lot of work. At the same time, if you ask me what's a day in the life, two weeks ago, I was in Albania for 2 weeks. We were just on Daniela was my girlfriend was on a holiday. I was kind of on a workation. I was like, I'll come along. I'm driving, so I'll drive around, and there'll be a lot of days where you were traveling with some others. They might go to the beach, and I will whip out the laptop at the hotel room and then just work all day. But it's still fun because at lunch I can go and meet them for lunch, and at dinner time you're in a different country, then you can explore and stuff.
Yeah, you're somewhere different.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually feel inspired working somewhere different, even doing the same boring stuff. But if you're in a different location, you kind of have a renewed energy. And then, of course, there's some days on the trip where I didn't work and I was enjoying myself. So it kind of equals out. For all the weekends I work extra, I feel like I take so many trips away where I can't really work a full day, and the hours probably even out to a, not crazy, but
decent. If you could put a number on it on the average week, what would you do? How many do you think you would do?
Probably 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, probably 60 hours a week. Yeah.
Pretty similar to some of the other people that I talk to in private practice or running their own show. Like, there's a lot of stuff outside of just the work that you also need to be aware of.
What about for you?
15 to 18 hours a day most days.
Yeah.
And then it depends though. So at the moment it's been a bit more chill. So it might be, 13 to 15 hours a day because we haven't grown into new sites over the last 3 months. But then when we're growing, then it's like, all right, now I'm peaking at 18 for a few weeks straight for 7 days a week. And then I'm going to America for 3 weeks on Sunday as my yearly trip, because I don't go over Christmas because that's when I can get ahead of everyone else. But I go before, and so I'll be working over there. And as much as some of my managers like take a break, it's just like, yeah, but I also enjoy it. And like you say, when you're somewhere else, it doesn't actually feel like working as much. And it's not like I'm going to sit there and do 15 hours in my hotel room. It's just like you get to go and do stuff. And on a day you feel like chilling, you can just do some work, feel like you're still part of it. And then, and then you don't have I don't know how you go, but do you have like days where you just definitely can't even do it? And then you end up having this workload when you come back that is double? Like,
look, there's like, I went to Albania thinking like, I'm going to keep up with the workload. And I didn't, like, there's still a backlog of things because you can't exactly do the hours.
No.
But
you do the most important stuff, triage it.
Yeah, exactly. Prioritize it and still enjoy yourself. Good.
Yeah, exactly. And like we could stop if we really wanted to, but we don't.
Why would you do that?
No, exactly.